right, Matrixx and Rhodes Show supporters, we're going to talk about Kevin O'Leary talking about this New York situation involving Letitia James and, of course, President Donald Trump, this bogus BS ruling, if we've ever seen one, that, look, is just sort of a scam ruling to try to take the cash, the funds away from President Trump in an attempt to foil his goal of becoming president of the United States again, and we know that's not going to work. Every time they hand off another case against Trump, his popularity continues to grow. Not going to stop him. Of course, the truckers, they're boycotting New York. A lot of people are boycotting New York for a lot of different reasons. Can you imagine the tourism that is like, man, I'm not going up there. I talked about it the other day. I was like, I wanted to go to a Yankees game, blah, blah, blah. Nah, you Democrats, you can keep it up there. You can keep it up there. So Kevin O'Leary of Shark Tank went on with CNN. Now, we know how CNN feels about Trump, right? It's a nonstop verbal assault on Trump continuously on the Communist News Network. Well, Kevin O'Leary was not having it. He was not having it. He came out the other day, called New York a loser state, said, no, I'm not doing any more business there, and if you're a business owner and or developer, you shouldn't either. Because if you do, you're in the crosshairs now. You can be targeted. You can be targeted based on your political beliefs. We could all be targeted based on our political beliefs right now, and everybody knows that. We know that, but it's even worse now after seeing what's happened with President Trump. So let me set this up for you, and then we'll listen to about 2 minutes of the clip, because Kevin O'Leary shut this anchor down. By the way, Newsmax is getting dangerously close to ratings as high as CNN right now. I kid you not. They got a couple of shows that are starting to breathe down the neck of what was once the news network that did a great job covering, of course, Operation Desert Storm back in the day. That's how CNN blew up. Boy, it's pathetic what they look like now and how they act now and how they cover things now. Shark Tank co-host Kevin O'Leary got into a spirited debate with CNN anchor Laura Coates Monday night over the landmark civil ruling against former President Trump in New York. New York Judge Arthur Orgeron ruled that Trump must pay $355 million in punitive damages in a civil fraud case stemming from a lawsuit alleging the former president inflated his assets and committed fraud. Has anybody seen the bogus value that somebody pulled out of their ass on Mar-a-Lago and some of these other properties? It's like, are you serious? Come on now. You blatantly know that's those items, those properties are worth a lot more than you're trying to claim that they're worth. By the way, where's the victim in all this? I mean, who is the victim here? Really and truly. Orgeron ruled that Trump and his co-defendants were liable for persistent and repeated fraud, falsifying business records, issuing false financial statements, conspiracy to falsify false financial statements. That seems like a double negative? I don't know. It seems some redundant charges. Isn't that weird? Insurance fraud, conspiracy to commit insurance fraud. What? Okay. I mean, jeez, what a scam. The whole thing's a scam. Okay, so, and I'm talking about the case brought by Letitia James, who blatantly said, I'm going to charge Trump with something. So she just made up some BS. So here we go. Kevin O'Leary is going to shut this woman down. Shut her down. Because she mentions fraud, and that was the wrong idea.
Wouldn't there be many companies who would not want to do business or loan money to people like yourself or investors if they know that they can get away with fraud and there's no recourse to protect them?
Excuse me, what fraud? This is not about Trump anymore. When you get a developer that builds a building and he says it's worth $400 million and he wants to borrow $200 million from a bank, which happens every day, everywhere on earth, including every American city, every developer is an entrepreneur. They shine the light on their building and they say it's worth $400. The bank does its own due diligence, as was done in this case. because they're very good at it. The banks are very good, and they say, no, it's worth 300. We're only going to loan you 150 million. That haggling has gone on for decades. That's how it works. And then in this case, even the bank that was supposedly defrauded testified and said, we didn't lose anything. We want to do business with this guy again. We'd like to. But the judge said, no, 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 no. Let's penalize this developer for $355 million. And if we're going to do that, let's penalize all the developers all across America. They've all done the same thing. All of them should go to jail, and we should stop building buildings. That's what the message is from New York. Even the governor herself is concerned about what this looks like to investors all around the world. It's not just U.S. domestic. All around the world, people are talking about what happened here. You really think people want to invest money in New York after this? How about we go somewhere else?
I think there are people who would, I don't want to cut you off.
Okay, and we'll stop it right there. Of course nobody wants to do it. Who the hell's going to invest there now? Really and truly, you'd have to be an utter moron to go in there and invest your money. By the way, he brought up a great point. The bank wants to do business with Trump again. Where's the fraud? If the bank that lent the man the money doesn't believe there's any fraud there, I mean, hello, they're happy. They're happy with the transaction and exactly how it went. There's like nobody unsatisfied in the business transaction whatsoever. I mean, Kevin O'Leary's right. New York's a loser state. And I'm sorry, Kathy Hochul, she's talking about all businesses don't have to worry. Of course they do. She's the head lunatic over there right now. Hochul, you're leading the charge. With Alvin Bragg and Letitia James and Eric Adams all dragging up the rear end. Yeah, I'm not sure who the caboose is in that situation. Probably Letitia James. That's my guess anyway. Wow, it's crazy. We're trying everything we can to try to derail Trump going into the election. They are so scared of him. They're so frightened by him. Because he doesn't give a rip. He knows, I'll come in, I'll expose all of you. I'll expose all of you. And he was asked during his town hall about revenge. How are you going to get revenge? He's like, my revenge is us being successful as a nation. And they're trying to stop that right now. They're trying to stop it. And if you got a business and then you're in New York, you better keep your head on a swivel. Because if you lean right, if you're a Trump supporter up there, you own a business, you're a developer, you better be concerned. You better be worried. And if you're vocal, shit, you better really have your ears on. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I'll give Kevin O'Leary credit. I talked about this the other day, because that show that he's on is on ABC, and it doesn't keep him quiet. I mean, Disney hadn't told him to shut up, and if they did, he might tell them to go F themselves. He don't need their money. The man's got plenty of it. Tell me what you think. Matrixx and Rhodes Show supporters, thank you to all the new subscribers. Hit like, hit subscribe if you're new. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.